When I met Emily, I thought life had handed me perfection. I was young, successful, and grounded, with a house I'd built with my own hands and a job that made me proud. Emily entered my life like a storm, a whirlwind of beauty and charm. She was everything I had dreamed of in a partner. Intelligent, vivacious, and resourceful. Within 6 months, I was walking down the aisle with her. Our wedding day felt like the beginning of a fairy tale. Friends and family envied the life we built, a cozy home filled with her personal touch, shared laughter, and plans for a beautiful future. But the illusion of perfection doesn't last forever. It started with a routine task, checking the oil on my car one quiet Saturday morning. The car had been sitting in the garage for weeks, untouched since Emily had last borrowed it. I bent to wipe the dipstick, my mind idly wandering, when I noticed something off. On the dusty hood were faint outlines, handprints, smeared dust, and the distinct imprint of a body pressed against the windshield. The realization hit me like a punch to the stomach. My car had been used for something far removed from mundane errands. For a moment, I stood frozen, my heart pounding in disbelief. Every fiber of my being wanted to deny what I was seeing, but as the images solidified in my mind, a surge of anger and betrayal coursed through me. I walked back inside, gripping the doorknob so tightly my knuckles turned white. Emily wasn't home. She had gone shopping, or so she claimed. As I surveyed the house she had so lovingly decorated, my fury only grew. Each curtain she hung, every vase she placed, now felt like an invasion of my space. I tore them down. The vases shattered against the walls, their pieces scattering like the remnants of my trust. When Emily returned, she entered a house that mirrored the chaos brewing inside me. The destruction startled her. "What's going on? Are you okay?" she asked, her voice trembling. "I'm fine," I replied coldly, though my fists were clenched at my sides. "But you're leaving. Today." "What? What are you talking about?" she demanded, her confusion morphing into defensiveness. "And I know what you've been doing," I said, my voice sharp as a blade. "The car, the hood, you didn't even bother cleaning it. How long, Emily? How long have you been betraying me?" Her face paled, and for a moment I saw panic flicker in her eyes. She opened her mouth to protest, but then stopped. The silence that followed was damning. "I didn't want you to find out this way," she finally whispered. Her words only deepened my fury. "So, it's true," I spat. "You've been lying to me, living under my roof, pretending to be my wife while sneaking around like a coward." Tears welled up in her eyes. "It's not what you think," she pleaded. "It was a mistake. Just once, I swear. It won't happen again." "Once?" I laughed bitterly. "Spare me your lies. Pack your things and go. Now." Emily reluctantly packed her belongings while I stood in the doorway, arms crossed, ensuring she left nothing behind. When she finally stepped outside, a car was already waiting. The driver, a man I didn't recognize but knew all too well in this moment, stepped out to help her load her bags. As they embraced, something inside me snapped. I walked up to them, my steps deliberate, my voice cold as steel. "You must be the one she's been ruining her life for," I said, glaring at him. "Congratulations! She's all yours now." The man looked at me, his confidence faltering. Emily clutched his arm, her voice trembling. "Please, don't make a scene." "A scene?" I laughed. "This isn't a scene, it's a reckoning." Before either of them could respond, I walked back inside and slammed the door. But my revenge didn't end there. Over the next week, I contacted a lawyer and began the process of securing a divorce. Every asset we shared was scrutinized. Because the house and everything in it had been mine before the marriage, Emily would walk away with nothing. I ensured it. She tried to reach out, leaving voicemails and sending messages, but I ignored them all. When the divorce papers were served, she showed up at my door, her face streaked with tears. "Please," she begged, her voice raw with emotion. "I made a mistake, but I still love you." I stared at her. My heart hardened. "You didn't just betray me, Emily. You betrayed everything we built together. Love doesn't survive betrayal like this. Goodbye." The days after the divorce were filled with silence and reflection. Friends and family rallied around me, their support a lifeline during the storm, but the house felt emptier than ever, its once bright energy replaced by a hollow quiet. I channeled my pain into rebuilding, literally and figuratively. I repainted walls, replaced furniture, and planted new flowers in the garden. Each change was a step toward reclaiming my space, my life, and my peace. Months later, as I sat on the newly built porch, watching the sun dip below the horizon, I felt a sense of calm I hadn't known in years. Emily's betrayal had shattered my world, but it didn't destroy me. In the end, I emerged stronger, more resilient, and ready to face whatever life had in store.